the thing is that with cloud services and more managed services and more deeply managed services, the problem is that we develop them or use them in the manner like fingers crossed that it will work and it will be secure. Let's believe in that, right? But that's not the point very often. And managed services, a couple of years back, were really good option because they removed some skill set needed. Was it good or bad? That's the different story, right? Because like we just chatted before this podcast, that with database you still need to know what is inside, how it works, how it is configured, what are the parameters passed, how you build your SQL query and things like that, right? Because these are very important. And the same goes to everything really we do. It's easy to start the virtual machine, right? Your Nginx doesn't perform well. Well, just bring bigger machine. But maybe you should update your configuration. Maybe you should do something with the kernel parameters, right?
Yeah.
Things like that. And today,
Exactly.
AI is helping, can help with that. Because, with AI, I'm in the position where I am the fan of AI, but not fanboy of AI. Let's say this way. So when you know how to deal with AI and what you want from it, it can help you really quickly to understand the deeper elements of the platform you are using.
I will add a little caveat to your statement, because I do believe like the more knowledge you have, the more power you will get out of AI. But I have learned that there's also a different persona in a person. A person who is so willing to digest the information can equally be as powerful, right? And the reason why I position it like that is because I've met people, it's like, okay, I'm good at, I'm kind of interested or something like that. But if the AI comes back, say, okay, how do I make this high availability? You use these tools. Oh, if I use these tools, how can I achieve? And just keep digging in. Like, you could become a superhero very fast in that scenario. It's the people who don't actually read what the AI responds with. And then it's like, oh yeah, I'll just rush through it. And you're like, yeah. And then you get bad results. It's like, yeah, but you set yourself up for it. So
But
the
we had
one
this
thing,
earlier as well. Sorry to interrupt you, but when we
shoot.
use Stack Overflow, it's the same thing. You don't try to understand what is behind the text. You just
Copy
copy
out.
the snippets, right? And
We've all done it for sure. Absolutely. I
Been
definitely
there,
can't
yes.
lie. Yeah, exactly. But if you're more junior, you need to read the comments around it. When it blows up on your machine, you wonder why. You go back and read the comments, So, but to come back to Matthew's point as well, has been that, like, for example, with the AI, when I talk to teams now, okay, we've heard some bad stories, right? We've heard about databases being completely wiped out just a few months ago because of AI. We've heard about Terraforms just actually applying when someone's just asking a question and stuff like this. And yes, these are huge problems. This is because we don't have the right safeguards in place. This is because when we think of, for example, CI/CD, right? It's something we've had for 20 years, but it was built for the professional, not for a child to come into the room and press buttons, right? And that's the change in the momentum that we have to have at AI CI/CD, not just call them the same things, at least in my opinion, because then we can actually build the safeguards into place. Like, even for us over in Ankara, the main thing for us was like, of course we can build an agent that does all these things. We're connected to Kubernetes, we're connected to GitHub, we've got the full life cycle, but that's just reckless and it doesn't work in our industry. Even though it feels like magic, sure, but let's get past that feeling of magic and let's get down to the real work. What we have done, for example, is let's build in that validation. Something's like, okay, we've got the AI agent's done all this heavy work. It can explain everything that's going on. But in the end, there needs to be a human to review the bill of materials. And if no one is reviewing the bill of materials, the pull request or something like that, then you're setting yourself up to be the next Cloudflare event or AWS event, as we've seen with them with their huge outages that cost them. It wasn't just a quick fix, right? We've lost a full day of work from them,